If I am the written instrument for whom Moses began the writing of when he led the Exodus out of the darkness of slavery, and then Dr. Martin Luther King took over that written instrument as the leader of the civil rights movement from 1950s that started in the 1950s to the 1960s. And then I was born after they murdered Dr. Martin Luther King on a balcony in the Lorraine Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. And now I have became the flame in that written instrument. Then wouldn't my light go all the way back to the base of Mount Sinai? So this is my testimony to corroborate what I'm saying, right? Then I'm gonna go get the Bible and the Quran to corroborate it. So that was me giving you the short synopsis of this detailed version of my testimony. And I say, how can the angels of the dragon, that old serpent, the descendants of the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, the elders of the people, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world not be false statements in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. If the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, the elders of the people in Jerusalem, in the temple in Jerusalem, in the judgment hall in Jerusalem, the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Eatonville, Florida, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, became the parents of false statements for whom, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as untrue statement knowingly made with the intent to mislead God, for whom are Allah's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. Allah, for whom are God's children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. And mine, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's atheist children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, in the midst of the forbidden tree, in the midst of the Garden of Eden, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, is why Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., for whom is defined as an American clergyman and civil rights leader, for whom led the civil rights movement, for which is defined as a movement for whom are defined as a tactical and strategic shifting on July 2nd in 1964 for racial equality in the United States of America in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. That came to prominence in the 1950s and 1960s is how Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. calls the writing of the written instrument of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, for which, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as a federal statute that prohibits employment discrimination and harassment on the basis of race, sex, pregnancy, religion, and national origin, as well as prohibiting retaliation against an employee who opposes illegal harassment or discrimination in the workplace, specifically against the United States Postal Service, in the name of President Thomas Chancey Castle Sr. of Fort Castle Incorporated, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, is why I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., am a legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal torch, for whom is defined as something for which in this case is the Civil Rights Act of 1964, in the name of Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. Well, no, you know what? See what I'm saying is, see how I became the torch, but I'm a written instrument. See what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I got to make a correction here, because I have another location where I had to do my will. So let me make this correction. You know, this history in the making, so y'all watching me make it. So you know that I'm consulting the law library, the Black's Law Dictionary. I'm consulting the Webster Dictionary. See, I'm not consulting no God. See, I'm saying I'm the God, and this is the instruments that I done became. See, that's what I'm telling my grandchildren. See, I'm not saying that Moses lied. I'm saying that if Moses was living now, he would be getting the law from me. See, so when in his story, he was up at the top of Mount Sinai. See, I'm saying now you seeing your granddaddy at the top of Mount Sinai making the law that you gonna be covered by. But see, the ignorant ass people in this generation, see, they believe in another time. See, they don't believe in what I'm doing right now, just like they didn't believe in the story that they believe in, the people who was like them, who is the leaders of the blind. They didn't know Jesus either. See, so these people don't know who your granddaddy is. See, they gonna tell you about their God. So your granddaddy is doing what your grandmother, which is my mother, told me to tell her only grandchild at the time was my daughter, which is Tamika Rayshawn Castle. Either she your mother or she your auntie. See? So your granddaddy is like undoing what Abraham did to this spiritual his spiritual children. See, he told the promise in 2. See, your granddaddy telling you that that his daughter was born first. She is the one that actually know him. His image, his male image, was born second. He was too young. See, so he came in when everything was cool. See, my daughter was born when everything was becoming. So, but she still didn't see nothing. She was raised up in her own home, all that. See what I'm saying? But granddaddy is the one that had to keep everything going because he was being attacked when nobody knew, because they was attacking me mentally. So if I would have fought physically, then they would have got granddaddy. See, so granddaddy had to think and figure his way out of the mental trap that they was trying to trap me in. So now, because granddaddy done got out of the mental trap, but these goddamn people still slaves. See, they not human beings. See, like Jews, Christians, Muslims, atheists, those are not people. Those are religions. That's a way of thinking. You practice that shit. See, but what granddaddy's showing you is what you need to live. You need food. You need water. Then you get shelter. But once you get shelter, you got to learn how to maintain it. Because if not, it'll sicken you. If it'll start having mold and all of that. So you got to keep your stuff up. You got to learn how to keep it up. Granddaddy had to learn how to fix his cars. He didn't know how to do none of that when he married your grandmother. But he learned. He taught himself. He got books. Now, see, my partner, we laugh about it. But they ain't saying about how I used to take engines out. Hey, they ain't saying how I used to fix my own. I used to have valve cover leaks. I started learning, and I taught myself. See, everything you gonna eat, your granddaddy had to teach himself how to provide it for you for eternity. Now, these people say, granddaddy crazy. So see, boy, granddaddy had to love you so much that he knew you gonna exist. Man, you gonna exist in this same ignorant ass shit that he lived in, that he been born in ever since he was a kid. So he's trying to tell you, fuck these people, live your life. They'll take it, they shit gone anyway. So fuck them. They ain't gonna do nothing for, they slaves, man. And granddaddy had to put himself in this situation thinking that they were gonna help him. These motherfuckers done put me in a mental hospital 8 times because they can't understand my mind. And these are black people. See, not the white people. Don't, hey man, you will know that if they for you, they for you. But it's these black motherfuckers who you think need you, but they done sold you, man. And they done sold your people, and they selling them sickness. They selling them drugs. Those are not your people. They could still be having the blood in your body, but those motherfuckers are not your people. You want to save the people like granddaddy trying to save you, but he's around a bunch of people going after money. They don't even give a damn about their children. You see? So really, man, I hope you not even born in this shit, man. This world is fucked up, man. Everything in it is cursed. They don't believe in no truth. They don't follow the law. Their father is Adam, the motherfucker who they say was, no, see, Moses, the one who wrote granddaddy and who started his written image, he is the one told me through the written instrument I am. See, I read myself. That's why they breaking me. See, they was breaking the law. The slaves, the goddamn Israelites broke the law before Moses could write it. Before he could get it from me, they already broke it. See, that's why these motherfuckers is guilty as sin, man. So I don't give a damn if they your family. If them motherfuckers is selling dope, they pimps, hoes, Leave they ass. They gonna drag you down. They sick. So don't be a fool like Granddaddy, see, because Granddaddy came from that shit. So the hoe I saw, that was my mother. See, so they talking about save a hoe, don't save a hoe. And I'm saying, man, listen, man, the hoe I saw that I love was my mother. My daddy was a pimp. Now motherfuckers is mad with me. I'm saying, motherfucker, I did not do that, man. I was born into that shit. And now you want me to be ashamed of the life I was born in? I'm saying I was ashamed of it. And I got kicked in the ass and beat up with my mama as a child, man. You motherfuckers don't know what I've been through, man. And y'all motherfuckers done took my life, man. Y'all done just took it as if you know me, man. You don't fucking know me, man. You don't know my life. And now you done fucked it up, and now what? What y'all gonna do now? Just starve a nigga, man? That's why I'm talking to my grandchildren, man. I'm saying, man, these people sick, man. Any motherfucking race could do this. It's a sick-ass race of people. They all fucked up, man. They not human beings. They're Christians. They're Jews. They're Gentiles. Those are the way you think. That is not a human being, man. These people practice to be some shit, but they don't grow no food. They don't follow no laws. They say they better than you without no fucking evidence to back it up. No law, man. And then when I came from down Mount Sinai all the way into the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida in written form, these motherfuckers put me in a mental hospital. So Granddaddy gotta talk to you every morning and tell you, abort, don't help no black motherfucker. They gonna rob you. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna put you on the cross, and they're gonna continue to sell dope, man. They're gonna continue to pimp hoes. That's what they are. That's a kind. See, I'm reading it now in the Bible. See, a religious person, that's a kind. So they don't believe in the here and now. They believe in the hereafter. What the fuck is that? See, I'm the hereafter, but they done crucified me mentally. They done tried to run me crazy. And I'm saying, well, if you run me crazy, how did you save me? You saving yourself, asshole. But what I'm saying is, if you was me, how could you save your children with the truth if you now helping the liar? See, I'm trying to save your children from the lie you done bought. See, I'm saying, well, bro, what about my truth? You telling me about Jesus' testimony. I'm saying, what about mine? That's getting us out. I'm the light in the darkness. Oh, you ain't nothing. I'm saying, well, open your eyes, bro. I just made it out of court with all of your debts paid, and you not even willing to go goddamn see. You just telling me I didn't do it while you struggling to pay bills. I'm saying, well, how could Jesus help you, man? And how could you help somebody with the testimony of Jesus and you won't even let me help them? But yet y'all taking up money, man, and getting these people sick as hell, man. And now I gotta sit here and talk to my unborn grandchild because you ignorant motherfuckers saying I'm crazy while y'all selling dope and shit. And this shit's sad, man. There's black people doing this shit to black people, man. After Dr. Martin Luther King was murdered and all this Minister Malcolm, all these murders, man, and now y'all murdering. I'm saying, well, damn, look like only the murderers are saved. The murderers and the liars. You motherfuckers sacrifice the innocent in every generation, man. And then y'all sit here and act like y'all godly people, man. Man, y'all sad, man. And these people don't be none the wiser. Because the damn people who's supposed to be telling them the truth is the goddamn people lying to them. So the person who trying to love his children, see, now they become the deadbeat dad. That be the motherfucker who crazy. But the motherfuckers who really crazy is the fucking preachers and the teachers. And I've been going through this shit since I was 6 years old fighting y'all in spiritual world. A 6-year-old baby, man. Y'all been trying to break me mentally from my daddy lying on me, saying shit, man, and all this else. So I'm saying, man, why? But, I mean, do you have to be born to go through? I guess you have to be born to go through hell if you born to get people out of the hell you was born in. So I guess, you know, I don't know, man. My life's so goddamn sad, man. You know, hey, okay, look, let me get back here. Okay, is why I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., am a legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal torch, for whom is defined as something for which, in this case, is the Civil Rights Act of 1964, in the name of Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning, is why I, for whom name is for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am a legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal tradition, wisdom, and knowledge in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity, is why I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am likened to a torch, for whom is defined as a burning stick of resinous wood used to give legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal light, and carried by the hand of King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity, is why I, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, am now legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally informing, for which is defined as to communicate knowledge to you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world about your religious, for which is defined as relating to or manifesting faithful devotion to an acknowledged teacher, for whom job it is to instruct you in your hood, project, community, school, college, university, church, temple, synagogue, mosque, detention center, jail, prison, and judgment hall all over the world to become legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal acts of God, for whom, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as an overwhelming, unpreventable event caused exclusively by forces of nature in your hood, project, community, school, college, university, church, temple, synagogue, mosque, detention center, jail, prison, and judgment hall all over the world, has led, for which is defined as to illegally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally guide you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, and the lost tribe of Israel, illegally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally astray, for which is defined as off the right path in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. Wouldn't you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, judgment halls all over the world, and the lost tribe of Israel in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, be legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally lost, for which is defined as not made use of, not won, nor claimed in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. Now, okay, then I'm saying in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the, so see, I got that other court date, see it, I got that other place where I had to come and deliver y'all from the same problem I got, and so now I gotta add that because that's part of the Underground Railroad. See, that's part of the court system that I have had to light up, and they have not comprehended it from the first day Moses brought me down from Mount Sinai to when January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. See, this is what I'm saying. So when do your world tell you about the spiritual darkness you in if I can't bring you into the legal light of who I am? See, that's all I'm saying. So you don't want my grandchildren to know who I am, but you want them to know who Jesus is, but your ass don't know who Jesus is. And you won't even know who I am, but you gonna tell them about your absent ass father while they granddaddy actually freeing them like Moses freed us. See, I'm saying, well, hey, my duties go all the way back to who gave Moses the goddamn law. See, I'm saying, well, if I'm giving you the law, then I had to be the one gave Moses the law if it's on earth as it is in heaven. But see, here a motherfucker down here on earth deceiving people. Now you still deceiving them when you telling them that I'm not who I am. I'm saying, well, how do you know? Did you go to court? And if you did go to court, then you know who I am, and you not lying to these people so you can get money from them. So now it's not Jesus saying, give Caesar what's due Caesar, and give Tommy Chancey Council Sr. what's due Tommy Chancey Council Sr., his wife, and his 2 children. See, I'm saying, well, hey, man, the rest of y'all, I legally adopted y'all. So if y'all don't want to be adopted by me, then I done already divorced you. That's what I keep telling you. I just didn't want you to keep being married to the owner who got you hanging as the forbidden fruit on the forbidden tree. So I'm just showing you like the serpent showed your mother and your father the fruit on the forbidden tree when they became like evil gods, liars, cheats. See, that's why you are their children. See, you're not my people. That's what Jesus was saying. If these were my people, but you don't know how to fight. See, that's what I'm showing you. See, you know how to punch somebody in the face, but you don't know how to do self-defense with the mind. See, the war, that's what Sang Sung was talking about, or San Su, when he was talking about the uh, uh, the, uh, the art of war. See, this is the art of war. It's art. See, you gotta write it so people then wouldn't die unnecessarily. See, you beat the devil at his own game. That's what they saying. But see, you motherfuckers want to die because you physical devils. See, you Jews, you Christians, you Muslims, you Christian. See, you're not human. You don't practice humanity. You don't practice compassion. You want to say that you are the rightful heir. And I'm saying to what? Life, motherfucker? We all inherited life, but you some of bitches is killing us. You making us addicted so you can make money, man. You are who Jesus was talking about. You go after Caesar's subscription. You do not have compassion for your human image because you're not human. You're a Jew. You're a Christian. You're a Hebrew. See, those are ideologies, man. That is no compassion in that shit. You're not fathers. You're religious. What is that? What do you create other than confusion? But you are creating children in that religious confusion. You telling your daughters they are nothing. I'm saying, God damn, man, what religion would tell its child it's not, but that's what you did to me. See, that's what I'm telling my child. I'm saying, this is why I gave you my word that I didn't want to take your life. See, I'm saying this is what Daddy was talking about. Now, I'm saying you wanted me to be religious, and I'm telling you, I'm very religious. That's what I'm a man of my word. So when I gave you my word, that's my religion. See, that's what I'm telling my first creation, who was a girl, a female. And she'll tell you that her daddy was not in her life, but he was protector, provider, but he don't know what she did. That was her and her mother. He stayed out of that. When they needed money, my daughter lived, man. She wasn't no restraint. The only restraint she had is she had to grow her mind. She had to have good grades. That was her check to her daddy's treasures. See, if she didn't use that mind, she couldn't get the treasure. See, that's what I was telling my son. Boy, I'm giving you everything, but you got to work for it. Because then if not, you don't know how to protect it. See, so daddy can't just give it to you. You got to earn it. See, but everybody tripping. I'm saying, man, this a black man in America. I can't raise him like he done made it, because I realized I hadn't made it, man. If I didn't make it off that post office and then make it out of court, how could I then breathe? How could I breathe a sigh of relief when y'all keep taking me dead? Y'all worse than the people that was on the job trying to trick me. My friends and family have watched me fucking starve. But see, now it's all of y'all, man. All of you motherfuckers watching one man starve, man. You some of bitches won't feed one man, and you won't even let him feed himself. That's what I'm telling the children in the future. These goddamn people is not human beings. They are Jews. What the fuck is that? And then they trying to act like, well, we Jew. I'm saying, man, you look like a white man to me. If you cut all that shit off your face, see, it's your name. See, that's what they call in genocide. They trying to genocide names. See, because those people can blend in if they wanted to. They can, see, so they're not Jews like that's a person, like an image. They look like everybody else. And if you have a baby with a Jew, then it's still a human being, man. These people act like being a Jew is another species, like a cow. You can see the distinction between a cow and a goat. See, these motherfuckers, they acting like it's a distinction between a human being other than color. So I could be a Jew. I could be a Gentile. I could be an atheist. I could be a Muslim. I could be a Christian. But I'll still be me. That's something that I'm practicing because I don't know who I am, I guess. But now that I'm establishing myself, they trying to kill me based on what they, and I'm saying, well, you're not the murderers. You trying to kill an innocent man who trying to help you, who is the torch. Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Let me get, okay, look. Hold on. Let me go back. Hey, this Chris, look me going back. See, I told you when I write it, I can go back. But when I'm speaking from the heart, like that, just what I just said, I don't even know. I really don't remember what I just said. Man, I'm crying, man. Shit, I'm just out of tears, man. Man, I'm crying. See, I done cried so much. You don't hear my voice, man. I'm tired. But y'all, man, see, have you ever been so hurt that you just out of tears, man? It's just, you done cried so goddamn much that it's no fucking need to keep crying, man. It's like y'all motherfuckers are entertained. Like the more I suffer, the more you motherfuckers is happy. I hate you people, man. What real live people can sit and watch a motherfucker starve that's trying to help them? Saying, well, damn, bro, you could be me and you would just watch me starve, man. You would just keep, but slaves, that's what they do. That's the traditions of slaves. They see they people be hanged and they go work for them people. Motherfucker just hung my motherfucking cousin and I gotta go work for the motherfucker. Just hung my brother. So you fucked up, man. You just look away, you see, you just keep going because you can't do nothing, but you got a God. You giving these people a God that has no power because your fear has flushed out your courage. You so afraid that you let your people suffer against the law, but yet you tell them about a God, man. And you man, come on, man. That's wrong, man. That's wrong. But anyway, but that's your lie. That ain't mine. Okay, wouldn't you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, judgment halls, all over the world, and the lost tribe of Israel in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world be legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally lost, for which is defined as not made use of, not won nor claimed in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, nor in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning by your religious teacher in your hood, project, community, school, college, university, church, temple, synagogue, mosque, detention center, jail, prison, or see, now I'm breaking it down to you as an individual person or judgment hall somewhere in the world. Is why I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am now telling you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world about your religious teacher's religious liberty, for which according to the Black's Law Dictionary is legally defined as freedom, for which according to the Black's Law Dictionary is legally defined as the quality, state, or condition of being free or liberated in your hood, project, community, school, college, university, church, temple, synagogue, mosque, detention center, jail, prison, and judgment hall all over the world, especially the right to do what one wants in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, without being controlled or restricted by anyone in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world after your religious teacher in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world exercised their First Amendment to the United States Constitution in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. And in the, that new evidence, see, that's what I'm telling you. They talking about move on, but I'm saying, won't you tell the state to move on? See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling my children, my grandchildren about these Christians, right? They used to tell me, you got to reap what you sow. But now they won't tell the state of Florida nothing, but they done put me in a mental hospital 8 goddamn times. So I'm saying, well, if you can tell me when I'm wrong, why you can't tell the state of Florida when it's wrong? See, this is what I'm saying. You can tell the people who you have deceived what to do, but you ain't telling them that they being deceived. See, so then you got to be the one deceiving them. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I love my people like I love my children and my wife. See, but when I say my children, see, I'm saying my wife can leave me, but my children, they can't. See, they tied to me no matter what, because I'm they creator. See, so, but I never wanted my children to be ashamed of me, be ashamed to be recognized as my child. See, I done been there. See, so I'm like, man, see, that's why I didn't want children, because I was a child. See what I'm saying? So if I was a child and I didn't want to be the child I was, then I would be afraid to be the father. See, but now it makes it look like I'm talking against my father. I'm saying, well, my father is my biggest competitor, as y'all can see. So if I've had to outplay my father, and he used to fight physically, mentally, dirty, all that, man, and I had no protection from the police, then they came up with domestic violence as a shield from mental abuse. Well, why wouldn't I, who been mentally abused and see my mother be beat up, my daddy beat me up, well, why wouldn't I, who was a victim of child abuse, be able to use the domestic violence statute that didn't protect me as a child? Now it's not protecting me as an adult. But if I go and if I fight like I fought when I was a kid, now you're going to put me in jail. But I'm a grown man now. See, I'm saying, no, man, I see what you trying to trick me, man. You trying to get me to punch somebody and hit somebody like I did when I was a kid, and then your ass going to get rid of me. And then I keep telling my family, goddamn, man, y'all just going to let them do it? Nah, they got up. Man, I'm talking to my grandchildren. Damn, y'all. See, listen, okay, let me go back, grandchildren. See, because these people here, they can't help themselves. They not gonna, so granddaddy is helping you. See, so you need to know when you get in trouble, you holler your granddaddy name, Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. And you will see he king, Tommy Chancey. You will see they gonna flee from you. See? But see, you can't holler the name Jesus in the judgment hall, because they wouldn't allow him to be saved. So see, that's when they're gonna crucify you, because they're gonna see the truth And then how can they set the truth free without incriminating themselves? See, the judge is wrong. So now they not gonna see, they all trying to clean up the mess. I'm saying, so you cleaning up the crime by committing another crime against me, but yet you telling me you trying to fix it by committing another goddamn crime? You done killed me again. See, that's why I keep telling, and they just watching this shit like it's a movie. Man, why did you buy a Lamborghini? Why did you? I'm saying so my goddamn children will see that I knew I was fucking rich, man. That's why I did it. So my grandchildren will know that granddaddy knew he was king. He knew he was rich. He knew he could walk into any fucking dealership or anything and drive out of there with it, but his fucking friends done devalued his name. And the Bible say a good name is worth more than gold and silver. And these motherfuckers say that my good name ain't worth agriculture paying them to go grow food. They saying my name ain't that valuable. And I'm saying grandson, granddaughter, great-grands, but your granddad is so motherfucking rich, it's a crying shame, man. And he know it, but he's so powerful. These motherfuckers is done exile me, man. I'm in exile in my homeland. So see, a black king, even these peasants ain't not gonna let a black king rise. Cause they liars, they're cheats, they're phonies, and they fucking fakes. But your granddaddy been real his whole life, man, that where his daddy had to lie on him. That motherfucker was shining so bright as a child, his daddy was jealous. Huh? Boy, that's how bad your granddaddy is. Where his own father was jealous of him. And he didn't even know, man. He just kept on being himself. See, he ain't trying to be no goddamn body. They done stopped him from being him. They say I'm too powerful. The motherfuckers say, man, you too powerful. So we gonna stop you from living, man. But we gonna teach them about Jesus. I'm saying, well, you say that a devil can't tell the truth and you a liar. And the Bible say that you your father is a liar and a murderer from the beginning. So that means Jesus is a liar and a murderer. Because how can you speak his name and you can't speak mine? You don't speak the name Moses. You don't speak the name Daniel. You don't speak the name Job. See, you a liar. You ain't no goddamn provider. You provide lies and innuendos, man. Look, without being controlled or restricted by anyone. In hood, see, your preacher's not controlled by anyone. See, they got politicians scared because y'all vote. See, that's why they want y'all to vote. See, because you give them power over the politicians. Because you don't vote for your needs. You vote because your preachers tell you to vote. See, and they the ones robbing you and got the whole country tied up. See, man, y'all some sick people, man. Okay. Without being controlled or restricted by anyone in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. After your religious teacher in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world exercise their First Amendment to the United States Constitution in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning, to express without external control other than one's own consciousness any or no system of religious opinion, and to engage in or refrain from any form of religious worship as long as it is consistent with the peace and order of your teacher's translation. But no, I'm going to say your religious teacher's translation. Because see, this is me in the spiritual world. See, I understood human hate. See, but I didn't understand spiritual hate but I experienced it. See, but now I'm looking at the spirit of it, and I'm seeing how long it has destroyed the minds of my people. And now I'm understand. See, knowledge destroys ignorance. And so when knowledge destroys ignorance, it corrects the mind that was once ignorant. See, ignorance is a void. See, that's why he says in Genesis 1 that it was without form and void. See, so if somebody is denying you of the truth, then they filling you with lies. See, so now they see that they misdirecting you. See, but the person who, like me, who was 19 years old when he got married, started a family at 20. Well, man, I've been looking out after people since all my life. My grandmama was hurt. I had to take care of her. I know I had to take care of people. People never really took care of me. See, but now I'm saying, look, man, where my people at? My truth didn't set me free. It's starving me. Like, these people say they love me and won't fucking feed me, but they love Jesus, and they want me to not believe in myself when I'm going through court for my very life. I live in a state that if I would have killed somebody or hurt somebody, they would have killed me and made it look legal. I live in a capital murder state where they will put you to death. So I'm in court where they could have signed a piece of paper that put me to death. And now my family and friends is like waiting on me to commit a fucking crime. I'm saying, man, I stay in a capital murder state. If I commit a crime, these motherfuckers is gonna, by a stroke of a pen, I'll never see the light of day again. But now my family and friends won't look at my pen stroke that down opening the gate up to the promised land. But they talking some spiritual shit. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I'm in the flesh. I'm doing the fucking work. You reading a book and we descendants of slaves, you ignorant motherfuckers. Man, y'all people sick, man. This is what I'm saying. How do you read about freedom as if you don't have to exercise the freedom that the law give you so you will never be a slave again? We free, man, but we practice and we ask for jobs like we can't be job creators, but we creating kids that need jobs. But then they say, well, man, go work for this. I'm saying, why don't you get together and let's create opportunity, man? Why we keep going making somebody else shit, and when they don't need us no more, they lay us off, and now we come back, man, they laid me off, man. I'm saying, yeah, bro, I kept telling y'all, while you working, come on, help me, and I'll prepare a place for you. Man, you ain't God. You ain't God. Well, you need the goddamn place now. You done lost your fucking job. But you don't want to invest in my company, but you keep investing time in the motherfucker who you work 5 years, the motherfucker lay you off. Now you 5 years old and you go get another job, work 5 years, this motherfucker lay you off. Or you work for this motherfucker, he never give you a living wage, but you loyal to him. But he a man who emancipated all workers from this labor force that don't give us a living wage. And I'm saying, well, listen, man, now I'm a union and I'm finna give us a living wage. I'm finna bring all these jobs back over here. Oh, man, I don't want to work for you. Damn. And that's what I'm telling you kids. I'm saying I have dealt with this for 15 years after I came from court. So now they telling you Jesus came back from the grave and then they fell down and worshiped him. These people lying, man. These people is the same ideology that killed Jesus, that killed Dr. Martin Luther King, that killed Minister Malcolm X. These people want to be famous. They don't want to be purposeful. See, when you walking in your purpose, fame come later. See, you don't even know you famous, because if you don't fulfill your purpose, then you don't feel free like I feel. See, but you starving me. And I'm saying, well, damn, man, when I was in jail, you motherfuckers fed me. When I was in a mental hospital, you fed me, but you fed me as my oppressor. But now you won't feed me nor invest in me as my friend. You still think I'm crazy, man. But I'm saying, well, damn, bro, how would you save your children? Damn, sis, how would you save your children? Then I'm even asking your children, well, how would you save your children if you don't know that I done already saved myself? But you won't help me get no money, but you help Freddie Gray people get money. You help Tamir Rice people get money. You help Trayvon Martin people get money, but you won't help folk houses get no money. So do you want a job or do you just want money? But I'm telling y'all, they would switch the money that like they doing now with Bitcoin. I just looked, I was writing on what I was gonna say today. I was writing it yesterday. No. What I wrote yesterday, I wrote this some yesterday too. But anyway, but what I'm talking about is when I was writing what I was saying, and it was early. I was watching Squawk Box on MSNBC, the financial channel, and I'm listening. They say something about Bitcoin worth $80 billion. $80 billion? What is it backed by? What is it backed by? It's got to be backed by the people who think it's worth $80 billion. So it's backed by you. Once you accept it as a currency, they put a fictitious value on it because you accept it as a medium of exchange. Now, if I would have took the dollar and now America is transitioning from the dollar to Bitcoin, they doing it slowly, right? Now, if I didn't have an abundant amount of this money that they transitioning from by Amendment 14, Section 4, then how can I then devalue the Bitcoin that they now trying to establish because they would have left me with this worthless note? See, that's what I'm telling. Where's the gold? See, but now the Bible says that now I have made this worthless note worth more than gold and silver. But but the church leaders, right? See, they supposed to have made Jesus' name worth more than that dollar you give as a tithe. But see, they don't care nothing about the value of Jesus' name. They just want that dollar. See, because that's what gives them notoriety. See, the truth is what gives me notoriety. Like the truth is what you going and giving them the money for to hear. See, they telling you about somebody else. They like a rapper that y'all call, he got a ghostwriter. See, they got ghostwriters. See, the ghostwriters is the prophets in the Bible, the Prophet Muhammad, because they are the ones that they telling y'all, oh, Prophet Muhammad said this, but they ain't saying what they doing. They telling you what to do, but then when it fall back on them, see, they forgiven. But that ain't what the Prophet Muhammad say. That ain't what the prophets in the Bible say. That's what they say that they say, because you listening to them. So why they always forgiven, but they preach fire and brimstone to you? So wouldn't the Father of truth now be speaking fire and brimstone to them who is now not his children? If they can't tell my truth, then what God they believe in other than the God that I'm destroying? See, I'm telling y'all, when I saw in court, it was a God in there other than me. I saw that name, I became jealous. I'm saying, well, where this God at? Because I'm in here. So where this God at? And so when I saw that God was in name only, then I established my image of my God in my likeness. That's why I'm telling you, I am who I am. See, so I would have told Moses to tell you when you asked Moses, well, who gave you that power? He say, well, I am did. Well, I'm saying, well, I am who I am. See, I'm saying nobody gave me this power. I seized the power as I am, and I'm willing the power as I am. See, I'm saying I am who I am. I am Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. I am Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy. I am President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated. I am King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated. I am Emperor Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated. See, whatever name or title you make, I have risen to that level. See, you just making up a title, but do you have the legal documentation to rise to that level? Not when you're dealing with me. I'll be the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, because I've done it in history. So you can't take my history away. You just taking my life away. You know what the fuck you doing. You keep throwing me out of court, but you playing like you don't comprehend the crime you committing. That's sad, man. But you're supposed to be the teachers of humanity. But you have no humanity. Exercise their First Amendment to the United States Constitution in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning to express without external control other than one's own consciousness, any or no system of religious opinion, and to engage in or refrain from any form of religious worship as long as it is consistent with the peace and order of your religious teacher's translation, for which according to the Black's Law Dictionary is legally defined as the transformation, for which is defined as the act, process, or instance of transforming, for which is defined as to change in composition and structure the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran's language from one form to another, especially the systematic rendering of the language of a book, document, and speech into the language of either the Holy Bible or the Holy Quran, or the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran in your hood, project, community, school, college, university, church, temple, synagogue, mosque, detention center, jail, prison, and judgment hall all over the world is why I, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, am a transformative use, for whom, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as the use of the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran's copyrighted material in a manner or for a purpose that differs from the original use in Egypt, the temple in Jerusalem, and in the judgment hall in Jerusalem in such a way that the expression, meaning, or message is essentially new in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning is why I, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am now legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally charging Pastor Willie C. Barnes, for whom is the pastor of Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Edenville, Florida, the elected officials of the state of Florida, and the elected officials in the 50 states and territories in the United States of America, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the mornings. Violation in the morning for violating for which is defined as to fail to show proper respect for the religious test clause, for which, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as the clause for which, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is legally defined as a distinct section or provision of a legal document and instruction in the United States Constitution that prohibits the use of a religious test in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. Okay. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County, courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning as a qualification to serve in any office or public trust in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, and universities in the 50 states and territories in the United States of America. See, they gave me a religious test against the religious test clause, and I'm saying, well, hey, I'm a veteran. Why y'all giving me a religious test when you gave me an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic? Why do I have to go now and learn the Bible, the 10 Commandments, and the Holy Quran in self-defense in the spiritual world when I'm fulfilling my legal and military obligation? See, I'm saying, why do the devil have to then bring me back in the service of my country when they say somebody is invading my country? But when I see that they doing it, now you gonna put me in exile and violate the law? So when is America ever gonna be righteous enough to judge its citizens if its elected officials and its religious leaders are not following the law? So now check this. Okay, if we are now being arraigned, right? Then man, hold on. Then who would be the chambers, the angels, right? Who guarding the tree? What tree are you guarding if you're not guarding the forbidden tree? Here I am, I done got out of the forbidden tree. I'm showing you what legal dominions that I had to break out of truthfully. Now, but you don't want to go back and set the record straight. You just gonna keep lying. So who is the flaming sword that's turning? See, who is that? So, but if I am the torch of freedom, do you not see my written flame go all the way back to the top of Mount Sinai? So if I am the written instrument, then wouldn't my journey go all the way back and it wouldn't be broken? So if I am mending the covenant that came down from top of Mount Sinai with Moses, wouldn't I have a string of how I have defeated the devil, and now that's how I'm able to mend the law? See, I can go back to high school and say, babe, remember this? See, and hey, partner, remember this right here? I can go back to high school and show you where I was defeating this devil when I was a teenager. Then I can show you in the Navy, they tried, then on the jobs. See, my fight with my devil was not in the streets. My fight with my devil was in church and school. I never had no problem with no police other than when I was a kid. See, and I was acting like my daddy. See, that I'm telling y'all, like, hey, man, I tell you everything. I done embarrassing things. I mean, I'm a human being, but when it was time for me to be perfectly me, I perfected myself perfectly. See, I can't be nobody else, so I'm using my testimony to clean you. Like your people use a good business to clean dirty money. Well, I'm using a good life to clean a life with spots on it. See what I'm saying? I had to come through that spotless. See, I have no criminal record because I never was arguing with nobody in the world. I was always on the job. See, just like you in court with your spiritual trying to learn how to I was dealing with that spirit in school. It was after me, and I was defeating it. And now I'm realizing, oh man, I started fighting you the first day of school. Now you won't come to court because I got all of this evidence of how you attacked me from a child till I had to reveal you in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And then my friends became Job friends. They forgot me. Like I'm saying, and I'm reading the Bible and I'm saying, man, you like Job friends. But anyway, so now what tree are they protecting? Because I am the tree of life. So look, so this is I'm going to get the Prophet Muhammad out of the Shihi International Version of the Noble Quran, verses 7 verses 150 to 160. And it says, and when Moses returned to his people, angry and grieved, he said, how wretched is that by which you have replaced me after my departure in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning. Were you impatient over the matter of your Lord in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world? And he threw down the tablets and seized his brother by the hair of his head, pulling him towards him. Aaron said, O son of my mother, indeed the people overpowered me and were about to kill me. So let not the enemies rejoice over me, and do not place me among the wrongdoing people in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning, and then on January 10th in 2024 at 7:31 in the morning. See, so who is not the wrongdoing people? See, since you throwing me out of court, does that say you not the wrongdoing people? Because you won't follow the law, so wouldn't that say you are the wrongdoing people? So how can you stand? Moses said, my Lord, forgive me and my brother, and admit us into your mercy in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:20 in the morning, and now on January 10th in 2024 at 7:32 in the morning. See, he's still asking me, but y'all now think I'm asking y'all. See, now tomorrow, then wouldn't your iniquities be on your damn grandchildren? See, so this is what I'm saying. When your punishment comes, then shouldn't your grandchildren hate your God as I now hate you? Shouldn't your grandchildren hate what I hate? That's what you tell them. You hate what God hate, and I hate you. For you are the most merciful, or or the merciful. See, for you are the most merciful of the most merciful. In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. See, that's when I had showed mercy. And you motherfuckers been starving me ever since. See, but where's your God's mercy? You won't even feed one man, and you say your God fed the multitude. You won't even feed one man that's giving you the knowledge that Hosea say you will be destroyed for lacking. So now you trying to destroy me. But when would you fulfill Hosea 4? Indeed, those who took the calf for worship will obtain anger from their Lord and humiliation in the life of this world in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. And in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and on January 10th in 2024 at 7:34 in the morning. And those do we recompense the inventors of falsehood in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, from inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and on January 10th in 2024 at 7:35 in the morning, in the simple name of Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated. But those who committed misdeeds and then repented after them and believed, indeed your Lord thereafter is forgiving and merciful in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, for eternity and beyond infinity, because your religious teachers denied their court date. See, they knew that they had a court date, and they were supposed to then let, because they say the only way to the Father is through Jesus. But now they wouldn't come into the courthouse where Jesus was and represent the 12 legions of angels. See, I had to come into the court like Jesus did, with the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran, and bring the spiritual, the legal, and the secular world to trial. See, so I am the light that they comprehended not, that Moses told you about in Genesis 1, and John told you about in John 1. See, so my light transcends those scriptures, and now my light is enlightening you through those scriptures. See, they not doing that. See, they not using the scriptures to show themselves approved. And when the anger subsided in Moses in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and on January 10th in 2024 at 7:38 in the morning. he took up the tablets, and then this inscription was guidance and mercy for those who are fearful of the Lord in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, for eternity and beyond infinity. And Moses chose from his people 70 men for our appointment. And when the earthquake seized them, he said, my Lord, if you had willed, you could have destroyed them before, and me as well, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. On January 10th in 2024 at 7:39 in the morning, in the name of King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated. See, but I came out in my simple name, for which is just Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. But see, you all done made me have to elevate my name out here in the secular world, and now you starving me. So now I have to tell my children to come and seize you. See, because you are the antichrist. See, you are the reason why we slaves. See, and that's why I have no love for you. And see, I can't, man, because you enslaving my children. Me as well. Would you destroy us for what the foolish among us have done in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, from inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. See, that's when you was legally dead. See, that's when I legally destroyed you. See, the other stuff with me trying to save the people from your death, state of Florida. See, so you tried to lethally inject me and you got lethally injected. So how do the whole state of Florida now be charged with attempted murder? See, because I did it, right? So now if you done killed my son, wouldn't that charge now elevate to premeditated murder? So now we live in a capital punishment state. So now wouldn't every citizen in the state of Florida now be guilty of killing my son? If I would be guilty of trying to kill all y'all, that's what y'all saying. But I was saying I was destroying the evil amongst us, and y'all killed my son. See, so now why don't you follow the law and lethally inject your fucking self like you wanted to lethally inject me? So if I was God, see how the state of Florida would lie to the whole world to stop from being lethally injected, but then you would crucify Jesus and say that you saved us. See, you don't never want to see Jerusalem didn't want to be crucified for crucifying Jesus, and the state of Florida don't want to be crucified for trying to crucify me. See, so when do the principality get hung on the cross? See, would you destroy us for what the foolish among us have done in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning? In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning? Or on January 10th in 2024 at 7:43 in the morning? Look how many days that you had that you could have not been the fool, but you chose to aid and abet the fool in foolishness. But now you don't want to be charged with the 15 years of foolishness that you done aided and abetted the fool in doing. See, you don't want to be responsible for the history you done created. See, but where would the knowledge come from if you don't ever tell the goddamn truth? You see, you see, y'all the reason why we are ignorant. And you're supposed to be the damn preachers. This is not but your trial by which you send astray whom you will and guide whom you will in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in the state of in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. On January 10th in 2024 at 7:44 in the morning. But you motherfuckers starving me against the word of the Prophet Muhammad. So who is he talking about? He couldn't be talking about y'all. See, he couldn't be talking about no Muslim because I got him talking to every Muslim. See, he testifying for me, for what I've done in defense of every Muslim. So what the fuck am I starving for? Why you treating me like they treated him, saying I have a ghost? See, you the sick people. See, this is, look, this is not but your trial by which you send astray. See, so this is my trial that I'm using to send you astray. Look, come on, look, this is your prophet saying what I'm telling you I did. I had to separate my devil from me so my family would see that I didn't lose nothing. So look, this is not but your trial by which you send astray whom you will and guide whom you will. You are our protector in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. Inside of the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024, as well as on January 10th in 2024 at 7:45 in the simple name of Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. for eternity and beyond infinity. When did you protect me? See, when did you become the protector of humanity? You only protect your ideology and you will kill somebody for not believing what you believe. See? So you are the one who lead people astray because you lie to them and promise them something that you can't promise. You can't give nobody something in heaven. How can you do that? See, so right there, you are a deceiver of men. You're not a protector. So forgive us and have mercy upon us. And you are the best of forgivers in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. See, but after that, why would I forgive you when you were guilty of everything you did to me? Everything you said to me makes you guilty. Inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. So you got to be guilty on January 10th in 2024 at 7:47 in the morning. But see, now you making me have to wait until you cover up your crime. And now you telling these people that you can do what you and I both know the law don't give you the power to do. But here these black men is sitting here letting you lie to their children and decree for us in this world that which is good, and also in the hereafter in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. See, when did you do any of this? When did you decree for us in this world that which is good? See, I did. And also in the hereafter. See, I did both. And I don't even follow the Prophet Muhammad. That's what I don't understand. How can he be talking about me and not be talking against those of you who have led you into my judgment? I'm now judging you. You can't judge me, so you starve me because you can't judge me, nor can you survive my judgment. So you just let it go. And I'm saying, see, that's what y'all do in this spiritual world. That's why the devil is having reign over our children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons, all over, and judgment halls all over the world, because the parents don't want to know. See, they don't want to know how to protect their children because they're afraid of the devil. Indeed, we have turned back to you, Allah said, my punishment I inflict with it whom I will, but my mercy encompasses all things. In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 7:50 in the morning. So I will decree it especially for those who fear me and give Zuk. So that's what I say, ZAKAH. And those who believe in our verses in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 7:51 in the morning. Those who follow the messenger, the unlettered prophet, whom they find written, i.e. described, in what they have of the Torah and the gospel, who enjoin upon them what is right and prohibits them from what is wrong, and make unlawful for them what is good, and forbid them from what is evil, and relieves them of their burden and the shackles which were upon them, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, in the name of King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated on January 10th in 2024 at 7:52 in the morning. So they who have believed in him, honored him, supported him, and followed the light which was sent down with him in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 7:58 in the morning. It is those who will be the successful. See, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 7:54 in the morning. So say, O Muhammad, O mankind, indeed, I am the messenger of Allah to you all, from him to whom belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the name of President Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of Four Councils Incorporated. There is no deity except him, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Council Sr. in the Four Councils Incorporated in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 7:55 in the morning. He gives life and causes death. So believe in Allah and his messenger, the unlettered prophet who brings in Allah and his words, and follow him that you may be guided, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. And among the people of Moses is a community which guides by truth and by its established justice, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 7:57 in the morning. And we divided them into 12 descendant tribes as distinct nations. And we inspired to Moses when his people implored him for water, strike with your staff the stone, and there gushed forth from it 12 springs, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th at 2024, in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 7:58 in the morning. Every people, i.e. tribe, knew its watering place, and we shaded them with clouds and sent down upon them manna and quails, saying, eat from the good things with which we have provided you, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8 o'clock in the morning, for eternity and beyond infinity. And they wronged us not, but they were only wronging themselves, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. Because see, you needed me. I did not need you. See, the devil wanted me to make a deal with him, and he said he was going to give me all my stuff back, and he did. I had the deed to my house, I had my car back, and he was going to give me $400,000. But see, I, being the torch that was written in flames, is now on fire all the way back to the top of Mount Sinai. See, I'm now illuminated words all the way back to my origination on top of Mount Sinai. But y'all say, well, you're not the writer of the law. I'm saying, well, I wrote the law and I lit it back, flaming up all the way back to the top of Mount Sinai. And I'm freeing slaves that you done made slaves. See, so why you are not consumed by my legal flame? See, but you don't want your people to know, because you are not a righteous branch. Now check this. This is Jeremiah 23. So now I done left out of the Quran. Now I'm going back to the Holy Bible. So I'm going to get Jeremiah 23. So that's the Old Testament, King James Version Bible Hub edition. It's called David's Righteous Branch. And this is 1 through 8 of the Jeremiah 23 King James Version Bible Hub edition. It says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, for eternity and beyond infinity. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:02 in the morning. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:30 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. And I will gather the remnants of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:04 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. And I will set up shepherds over them, which are the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:05 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity, which shall feed them in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord, for whom name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, in the simple name of simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, that I, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, will raise up unto David a righteous branch in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:07 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. And a king shall reign and prosper. So, and a king for whom name is Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:08 in the morning. In this day Judea shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name. Nobody he shall be called. In the days of Judea shall be saved. In his days, so in his, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Cowser Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, days, Judea shall be saved in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And Israel shall dwell safely in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. And this is his, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Cowser Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's name, whereby he, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Cowser Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, shall be called the Lord our righteousness in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:09 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Cowser Sr. of the United States Navy in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. That they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seeds of the house of Israel out of the north and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, as well as in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:11 in the morning, after I established the law in its rightful place. After Moses started writing it on the top of Mount Sinai, I perfected it in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. So the law's rightful place is in the fertile soil of justice through judgment. Okay? Now this is Lying Prophets. This is Jeremiah 23, King James Version Bible Hub Edition, entitled Lying Prophets. This is verses 9 through 32. And it says, mine heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine has overcome, because of the Lord and because of the words of his holiness. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. Yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, saith the Lord, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:13 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. Wherefore their ways shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein. For I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith the Lord, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:14 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied in Bela and caused my people Israel to err in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:15 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem an horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doeth return from his wickedness. In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:16 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. They are all of them unto me as Sodom and the inhabitants thereof of Gomorrah. In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:17 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with wormwood and make them drink the water of gall. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into all the land, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So see, that's when I caught that evil and it started going through, see, but it got to go back to August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, because that's when my reign will reign forevermore. See, but you slaves, y'all can worship your enslaver's God, but one day you gonna holler my name, but it's gonna be the last name you holler. So thus saith the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesies unto you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:18 in the morning. They make you vain in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. They speak a vision of their own heart and not out of the mouth of the Lord in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 10:40 in the morning. I mean at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls on January 10th in 2024 at 8:19, as I for whom now speak of to you of my love for you, as well as the offerings I gave to you without knowing nor taking any tithes from you, but knowing that you needed the opportunity that I now need from you. See, I now need your services because I have now rendered services in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And I have rendered service in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. I have rendered service in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and I am now rendering service in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:21 in my name and in my likeness. They say still unto them that despise me, the Lord have said, ye shall have peace, and they shall unto everyone that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. But see, you doers of evil have been starving me and working the hell out of me for free ever since you saw who I am. So this is what these preachers will do. They'll work your ass for free and starve you because they slaves. See, how can a slave provide provisions when the slave is provided provisions by his slave master? So he's not going back out now and cultivating the land and growing and getting the abundance from the land. See, now he going buying private jets, nice clothes and shoes and shit. But it's a child in this motherfucker church that ain't eating every night. But this motherfucker got jets and planes. So when is Jesus talking about them? When is Jeremiah talking? Look, here we go. Okay, for who have stood in the counsel of the Lord. See, for who have stood in the counsel of the Lord, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Council Sr. of Four Councils Incorporated, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:23 in the morning. See who stood before my counsel. You throwing me out, and have perceived and heard his words, his for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Counsel Sr. of the United States Navy's words in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, or in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. See, my stuff is my testimony is in the written instrument that Moses brought down as tablets. See, now I'm bringing it as a lawsuit. So you want me to bring it as a tablet, but now don't we have paper now? Why would I bring it on a stone tablet when we have computers? We have different writing instruments. So why would I use an ancient writing instrument to write a current event? See, now wouldn't I be stupid or look stupid if I came with some stone tablets? Man, you'll be like, man, that dude crazy. But now when I bring the written instruments of our time, now you can't see the inscriptions on the paper is the same inscriptions that was on the stone tablet. But see, you know, when you are being deceived, you would be blind. So see, for whom have stood in the counsel of the Lord, and have perceived and heard his word, who have marked his words and heard it in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world before January 10th in 2024 at 8:25 in the morning, because that's when I'm giving this word in this time, in this moment. So how could you hear a word before I spoke the word you heard? See, I am history in the making, so you haven't heard my history until I make it. Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, from inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as from inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as from inside of the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, as well as on January 10th in 2024 at 8:26 in the morning, into hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. Even a grievous whirlwind, it shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:27 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. The anger of the Lord, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Counsel Sr. of Four Counsels Incorporated, shall not return until he until he for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated have executed until he for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy have performed the thoughts of his heart in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:29 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, even after I gave my testimony in self-defense against Pastor Willie C. Barnes, the pastor of Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Eatonville, Florida, inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:30 in the morning. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned from their evil way and from the evil of their doings in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:31 in the morning. So now, let me show you this. But if they had stood in mind for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's counsel in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and had caused mine for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy's people to hear mine for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's words in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, then they should have turned from their evil way and from the evil of their doings in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. And I am God at hand. Am I a God at hand, saith the Lord, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, inside of the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, ever since January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. And in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:33 in the morning. Not a God afar off. See, I'm saying, look, am I a God at hand? See, I'm not far off. See, I'm here. I'm here right now. See, this is what Jeremiah's saying, but y'all following false prophets, and now y'all have followed them into judgment that you can't afford because now you're slaves. See, but now you want to kill me, but wouldn't you then be making up gods like you made up Jesus? See, you made up Jesus Christ from Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee's name. So when are you going to be blasphemers? When you are guilty of sin? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? From inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? Shouldn't now the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran should be looking for you, just like the high priest Caiaphas sent the multitude to look for Jesus? See, how can you hide if Jesus couldn't hide? How the written word is not finding you when you speak in the written word that's looking for you? See, I'm sending Jeremiah's prophecy into your temple, into your church, into your synagogue, into your mosque. And now I'm saying with Jeremiah, I'm sending Jeremiah like they sent Judas. Don't you see Jeremiah kissing your preacher, kissing your minister, just like Judas kissed Jesus? So why y'all don't seize the motherfucker? Why y'all seize Jesus? Why y'all starving me? Because you're fucking devils. Saith the Lord, do not I fill heaven and earth in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? In the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning? In the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning? In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:36 in the morning? Saith the Lord, I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesies lies in my for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy's name, saying, I for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Fort Castles Incorporated, have dreamed. I for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. have dreamed. In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. Inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. Inside of the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:37 in the morning. How long shall this be in the hearts of the prophets that prophecy lies? In hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:37 in the morning. Ye They are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which think to cause my, for whom simple name is Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's people, to forget my, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's name, by their dreams which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my, for whom name is Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's name, for Bella in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:38 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream. And his that has my word, my, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's word, let him speak mine, for whom simple name is Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's word, faithfully in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. What is the chaff to the wheat, saith the Lord, for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. Is not my for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's word like as a fire in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, ever since January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, as well as in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2023, January 10th in 2024 at 8:40 in the morning. Okay. Saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:41 in the morning. Therefore, behold, I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am against the prophets, saith the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, that steal my, for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy's words, everyone from his neighbor. Behold, I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am against the prophets, says the Lord, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as inside of the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, ever since January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, as well as in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:42 for eternity and beyond infinity. That use their tongues and say, he for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. saith, behold, I for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, am against them that prophesize false dreams in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:34 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity, saith the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. And do tell them in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world, and calls my for whom name is Petty Officer 3rd Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy's people to err by their lies in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:44 in the morning, and by their likeness inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:44 in the morning. Yet I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:45 in the morning, saith the Lord, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:46 in the morning. Now this is Jeremiah 23 King James Version Bible Hub edition, entitled False Oracles. This is verses 33 through 40. And when this people or the prophet or a priest shall ask thee, saying, what is the burden of the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, thou shalt then say unto them, what burden? In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, judgment halls, prisons or judgment halls anywhere in the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:47 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. I, for whom simple name is simply President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, will even forsake you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world. Save the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, for eternity and beyond infinity. And as for the prophet and the priest and the people that shall say the burden of the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, will even punish that man and his house in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:46 in the morning. Thus shall ye say everyone to his neighbor and everyone to his brother, what has the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, answered? In the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:50 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. And what has the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, spoken in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:51 in the morning. And the burden of the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, shall ye mention no more, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. For every man's word shall be his burden in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, for eternity and beyond infinity. For ye have perverted the words of the living God, for whose name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and inside of the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, ever since January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, and now in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:52 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity of the Lord of hosts our God, in the name of King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. on January 10th in 2024 at 8:53 in the morning. Thus shalt thou say to the prophet, what has the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, answered thee in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. And what has the Lord spoken in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. What thus shalt thou say to the prophet? What has, no. But since ye said, the burden of the Lord, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, therefore thus says the Lord, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, because ye said this word, the burden of the Lord, for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, and I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, have sent unto you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:55 in the morning. Ye shall not say the burden of the Lord, for whom name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. Therefore, behold, I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., even I, for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of the United States Navy, will utterly forget you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:55 in the morning. And I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, will forsake you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:56 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity, because you forsake me first inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning. And the city that I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, gave you and your fathers and cast you out of my, for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's presence in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida on January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, as well as in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:57 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity. And I, for whom simple name is simply Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., will bring an everlasting reproach upon you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world for eternity and beyond infinity. And a perpetual shame which shall not be forgotten in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, in the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida ever since January 4th in 2024 at 9:30 in the morning, as well as in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, prisons, and judgment halls all over the world on January 10th in 2024 at 8:59 in the morning for eternity and beyond infinity.